This video is to help you navigate through your Comm 20 Canvas for this course. Here is the Summer Thursday evenings hybrid online course. So you first want to click into this course from your Canvas. And what I like to do is first just kind of look and see what's coming up that's due. So notice you're going to see it in order of due date. The first thing that's coming up is quiz number 1 on June 26th. And so you want to make sure and look, and also this discussion is coming up on June 26th. So remember that you want to get these done before the due date ends. And so you have right up until the end of the day on June 26th. And there's two ways to get there. One is you can just click directly on that quiz and take the quiz. And the other way to do it is you can go through the modules. So you don't want to click on the quiz or discussion and start it until you've already gone through the material. You can go in here, that doesn't punish you. You can even say take the quiz. But once you say take the quiz, now you've gone into your first session, okay? So you want to make sure and not do that until you're ready to take it, because you have a limited amount of time to take the quiz, and if you haven't gone through the material yet, that's not going to be helpful for you. So I like to start with the modules. So click on modules on the left, and it's going to go again in chronological order. So it tells you our first meeting is a required one. That's Thursday, June 20th at 6 p.m. And then you're going to go through, it's going to give you the orientation to the class, just what you're watching right now. And also, it's going to give you all the resources you need for throughout the semester. So it's always a good idea to get free access to the New York Times. You can use those articles in your speeches. The New York Times counts as a trustworthy reference as long as it's within the past 10 years and it's not a blog or an opinion piece. If you lose the hard copy of the class notes part 1 that I hand out on the first day of class, you can get those right here and download them. The very important individual speech packet, and everyone will need this, the blank speech outline format. And in another video, you can see how to fill that out if you've forgotten from the orientation the first night. And then class note packet number 2, you'll have to print out for yourself. You don't need it till you get to self-disclosure, but just so you know, it's here. Here's an extra credit opportunity. I recommend doing as much extra credit as possible. It just takes some pressure off. If you miss a discussion or a quiz, you've got a possible 11 points here. All you have to do is watch this movie and take the quiz. It's due towards the end of the summer semester on July 20th. All of the assignments are due. Those are real due dates. So if you miss it, you miss it. That's it. Okay. Here's the first subject, the basic vocabulary and rules. It does remind you to introduce yourself in your profile. There's another video of how to change your profile or update it, so you can use that. It reminds you to open your class notes to the first pages. And then there's a number of podcasts. So you can go to the podcasts here, and you can either listen to the podcasts. Right here it goes in order, and if you look at your notes, they match up. Day 1 of lecture, part 1, interpersonal communication. Or if you don't want to listen to my voice, which I completely understand, you can simply go to the transcripts, click on the blue for transcripts, and you can download it into your computer, and then you will be able to look at the transcripts. Okay. Let's go back to the module. So when you come upon any subject, you want to make sure and go through everything in order before you do the quiz or discussion. So when you go through this, you're either going to do the podcasts or the transcripts, or you can do both. You can listen to the podcasts and look at the transcripts. And you want to use the class note packet as a guideline, but you also can take notes in there, add anything that you feel will be helpful, because your exams and quizzes are open resource, so you'll be able to use those notes. So you want to make sure and put any notes that are going to help you be successful on the quizzes and exams. And finally, there will often be a Google Slides presentation, and that is here. Because it's on Google Slides, you can even download it and take notes right on the slides. Okay, so that's easy to do. And then when you're finished, you would take the quiz, and so on. So you go through these just like that. Then you would go through self-concept and self-esteem. Okay, so notice for each of these areas, there's generally a quiz or a discussion. So basic vocabulary and rules has a quiz due June 26th. Self-concept and self-esteem has a discussion due June 26th. Because it's summer and such a short length of time, you're typically going to have to go through 2 of these sections every week. Then we have the first round of speeches, and then we're going to go into the next round. So notice language and I statements, you go through everything. Discussion is due July 3rd. Going down to nonverbal communication, quiz 2 due July 3rd. So notice again, 2 sections, and then already it's time for exam number 1. Again, summer goes very quickly. Exam number 1 opens July 5th and is due July 8th. You will have access to this practice exam, not quite yet, but you will have access a few days before the exam opens. So I'll probably open it up July 2nd. And you just kind of go through everything until you get to the end of the course. I set this up so that you can go as quickly as possible. You can work as far ahead as you like. You do have to get things done by the deadline or you miss on those points. And the only things you have to wait for are the exams. So the exams have specific opening dates. Other than that, you can go through as quickly as you like, and then you have to come to at least one other face-to-face meeting to do your speech after the orientation. I hope this helps you navigate through the course, and if you have questions, always email me at hilaryaltman phd or hilaryaltman phd@gmail.com.